talking about.
All right, we're going live, fellas.
Okay.
How's it going, everybody, and welcome back to Adam Talks Too Much, the show where we run down all the latest in movie news, gaming news, and TV, which we rarely ever talk about those other two things. But let's today we're talking about Mission Impossible. Dropped a new trailer for Mission Impossible Part 7. We're also talking about Thor, Love and Thunder, its new trailer, and a ton of other things. So I hope you guys stick around. But first, we're going to hop over to our amazing, awesome panel. And we got some cool guys on today. Our first dude I'm going to be introducing is writer-director, and he's a huge fan of horror films. And you might know him from the hit TV show that starred Chris Hansen. It's Brandon Bonnet. Say what's up, Brandon.
Man, I was like really excited about that opening you gave me, but kind of killed it. Why you always got to tell everybody I was on Chris Hansen's show?
Yeah.
But I'm excited to be here, man. Love these guys. Love talking movies with y'all.
Awesome. This next guy is the guitarist for Low Lifes, and he's also a huge Star Wars nerd. And he was also recently interviewed for to be a Fox News anchor. It is Jackson Moore.
Howdy. that was a great intro. Thank you so
Thanks,
much.
man. And this next guy is the vocalist in the band Avenue. And he's also our big MCU buff over here on this channel. But he became extremely famous on TikTok for all his cool dances. It's Zach Jones. What's up, Zach? Hit it.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's my most famous dance.
Awesome, guys. So today we're going to be running down a couple cool topics, which I already kind of discussed in the beginning. Our first one is the Mission Impossible 7 trailer drop. What was the name of that, guys? What was the name of that movie? I can't even remember. Dead Reckoning? Sorry, I should have already had that.
Yeah.
Dead Reckoning. Okay.
Yep.
So let's start with you, Brandon. What did you think about the trailer of Mission Impossible 7?
First of all, I thought it was really weird that they dropped a trailer to begin with because it's not coming out till next year. That said, I'm super excited. It's probably no shot at the MCU or anything, but probably my favorite franchise going on right now. I think watching Tom Cruise run from stuff is really entertaining to me, and that's what this trailer was him doing a lot of cardio with a lot of really cool looks, and not for sure what the story is, but I'm really excited for it. It's cool that it's a part 1, so we definitely get a part 2, I hope. And it was super excited because Maverick's coming out, which I've already got my tickets for Thursday night to go see, and I've heard nothing but great things about that. So big Tom Cruise fan and a big fan of this franchise.
Nice. Zach, you took a look at the trailer. What did you think about it?
Yeah. So I mean, I've always been a fan of Mission Impossible. I mean, since the beginning. I'm really surprised that it stuck this long. You know how many movies that they've made, but they keep coming and hitting harder. So I'm excited for it, and seeing what they have to bring to the table.
Awesome. And Jackson, what did you think about the trailer?
The trailer was decent. It was a fine trailer. I have never seen any of the Mission Impossible films.
Wait, really? Wait, what?
Yeah.
No way.
I've never.
Controversial.
I mean, whatever's happening in this one, it seems exciting. Tom Cruise is in it. I saw. That's interesting.
I am stunned right now.
I hope that. I mean, in a perfect world, I hope that the whole movie at that scene where he flies off the cliff. I hope that we follow him all the way down, and then he hits the ground and dies, and that's the end of the movie.
Wait, how did we get to this point in your film, I can't believe it that you haven't seen these movies. What's your reason not to check out a Mission Impossible movie at this point?
No, I've never had a reason not to. It's just not.
Of course
something
you
that
have.
I was ever.
Of course you've had a reason not to. That's how you haven't seen them yet. There's no way to avoid their greatness.
There's like 7 of them, Adam. What am I gonna do?
Okay, you can avoid the first 3. You can avoid the first 3. To be honest, those are skippable.
The first.
I totally disagree with that.
You gotta get his backstory.
You don't need that backstory. I jumped in.
Come on.
I liked when Henry Cavill cocked his arms. I thought that was fun.
I am going to kick you off this podcast for making fun of my Henry in that cocking of the arm. You got to load an arm before you go and go into a fight. Okay, well I'm stunned. I'm stunned. Okay.
Well, no. But the thing is it looks good. I just,
true.
I have no idea what's going on. I haven't seen the other one, so I don't know the context. But
let's be honest. I've seen them all, and I'm still confused what's going on.
Yeah.
It's always like the same story. It's like, he's in
idea.
trouble now. He needs to get out of harm's way. And also the MI thing is closing down or whatever. It's always like something's shutting down or he's getting
It's
kicked
always
out.
closing down. It's always on the verge of being taken away somehow, some way.
Yeah.
But yet they save the world every movie. I think we need them.
Also, I didn't see Jeremy Renner. Is he out of this franchise? Like where's
I think so.
Ah, dang, I really liked him in it. But I also like Sean what's his name? From
Simon Pegg.
Oh, Simon Pegg. Shaun of the Dead.
Shaun of the Dead.
I really love him in these movies, though. He's awesome.
Which I'm not sure. Like the trailer is very like it's just showing scenes and action sequences, but I'm almost sure I watched it a few times. It looks like we get an action scene with Simon Pegg, and all of a sudden now knows fighting or something. Because I'm pretty sure I saw him throwing a few punches. So I was like, all right, come on.
Yeah, it looked. I don't know. I really like him in these movies. Is he like the tech dude in these movies usually? Is that what his role is?
Yeah, he's the tech guy. He's always the tech guy.
I like it. No,
man, like I just think this is a franchise. Like it did the opposite of what franchises are. It gets better as it goes along. Mm-hmm. I agree. The first 3 movies are almost like 3 completely different movies, except for J.J. Abrams. The third one kind of brought some style to it.
Right.
But, man, I just feel like they keep getting better and better. And I think a lot of that is Tom Cruise. He knows how to pick. He knows how to pick directors. He knows how to pick cast. Because if you know anything behind the scenes, he has a lot of control over a lot of the movies that he's in.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. Like, I'm just really excited. Jackson, I would urge you, if you can, man, give them a watch, dude. They're really fun.
They are really good. Like,
I'll do it. I need to. It's been a long time coming.
Yeah, I would say if you are hesitating, you could start at Ghost Protocol with Brad Bird's direction. And maybe JJ's. People like that. I think Josh said that's one of his favorites was the JJ Abrams one. But they're really good movies and they're fun and they're really well made. So
Jackson, don't listen to what he just said. Brian De Palma directed the first one. You're a film nerd. Start with the first one and just watch them, man. And not only for that, just see where it started and see where it is now. You're like, never thought this would ever happen. Nope. And they didn't reboot it. They didn't recast it. Like, it's a really well done franchise. It's just getting better.
It sort of got recasted a little bit. They just keep adding more people. Just better people keep getting added.
John Woo do
Got you. Okay.
John Woo's one. You can miss that one. Hard. Hard.
Yeah, that one.
Hard pass.
Don't watch it for what I say about that one. Don't watch it for a Mission Impossible movie. Watch it for a John Woo movie because that's what it is.
Watch it for the doves.
A lot of flying doves.
Isn't that the one where it got memed a lot back?
We love the doves.
The 2 where he was climbing up the thing and it got like parodied over and over, him climbing the mountain at the beginning of the film. Isn't that the one?
That's that one. Yeah.
Weird movie. Oh, Josh is in the chat. He's saying they're all amazing. Adam is wrong. Wow. Get out of the chat, bro. Get out of the chat.
Good job, Josh. I think me and your brother, I'm pretty sure we watched like the first 3 or 4 at one time in one sitting. I'm almost sure that was him.
Wow.
Hey, it's a testament to Tom Cruise, really. I mean, like, because, like, if you think about any other franchise, I mean, besides, you got Marvel and Star Wars, but, like, I mean, even Star Wars is kind of a little shaky. But as we were saying, is it keeps getting better and better
That's so
with
true.
each movie, and so I think it's definitely worth a watch.
And financially, it has done really well for a film that
Yeah.
is not in a superhero or Star Wars franchise. It has done good money, which is a testament to Tom Cruise because he's championing this series. I think, yeah, I don't know. I think he's one of the best actors out there in
Well,
terms of like
also,
doing his
people forget that it was a TV show from the
yeah
60s, so it's based off of that. But also, what I love to say about Tom Cruise, a lot of people love to hate on him, but I say name me another movie star that started from the 80s that are still making quality movies like he is.
yeah
Like you can't even say that about Tom Hanks anymore. Like no shade against him, but Tom Cruise is he just keeps getting better in my book. Like, I don't know.
yeah
I'm just really excited for this.
yeah
Yeah.
me too. I'm super pumped on it. That first trailer for me, I dug it. I thought it was I don't know. I think the question I kept asking is, are we closing? Is this the end of the franchise? What do you guys think? Do you think are we closing off this franchise with the second part of this? What do you think? What do you think, Brandon?
I think it honestly depends if it does good. I don't think I know Tom Cruise like he keeps wanting to one up himself, but eventually that's going to run out. So it'd be cool to see a closure on the franchise. We're at movie number 7, so there'll be 8 movies. That's a pretty good run. And especially if they're 8 pretty deep, starting pretty decent to amazing, really good. So I think it could be. I think it comes down to money at the end of the day. Is he still bankable at the box office? And I think we'll really find out once Top Gun 2 comes out. So
Yeah, that is
that's
true.
what I think. I hope they keep making them. I would see Mission Impossible 20 if I could, but
With
we'll
this,
see.
with the whole marketing of part one, part two, that's what made me think that are they trying to pull a ending to this series? And maybe Paramount is. I don't know. What do you think, Zach? Are they trying to close the book on this?
I think. I mean, I like Brandon was saying is it all depends on the money. I think they should. I think that
Hmm.
they should kind of close it out right now, and then maybe in a few years, hint at another one and have like old Tom Cruise come in and be like a mentor for somebody.
Oh yeah,
And that would be something I'd be interested to see. But
Like
I
a
think that.
soft reboot.
And like just to kind of give people a little break from it, because I mean
right.
it's been pretty consistent, and so
Since the
I would
90s.
like to see it
Yeah,
closed out. I would like to see it close out with part 2.
awesome, cool. Well, let's move on to the next topic, which is was it yesterday? I can't even remember. The trailer for Thor: Love and Thunder, the second trailer released, and it had Christian Bale, which we talked about on last week's show. We were talking about his role in this film being the villain, and we were all talking about like what is he going to look like. Well, in this trailer, he we got a good look at him, and it was really cool, and creepy and disturbing. So I wanted to jump over and hear Zach's thoughts since he is our MCU guy. What did you think about getting your first look at Christian Bale's look in this film?
I think it's amazing, and the way that they're putting because if you notice it in the trailer, every single scene that he's in is black and white, right? And the
Oh,
only thing that you see, like the only time you see color is when there's light reflecting off of something, and it's super cool and I'm super super excited to see what they do with that in the context of
right.
what that is, and just everything. And I love Christian Bale. Christian Bale is an amazing actor, and to have him come into the MCU is, that means that they're planning some big stuff, and this is just the start of it. So I'm
Right.
super excited.
What do you think, Jackson? What do you think about the trailer, and what do you think about Christian Bale in it?
Oh, I thought it was awesome. I mean, like we talked about last week, I've been looking forward to this trailer for a while now, just getting a good look at Gorr the God Butcher in live action, and it did not disappoint.
Truth.
Christian Bale looks terrifying.
Yeah, he really does.
I haven't seen him this small since probably The Machinist or
Oh, right.
What was that boxing film he did with
The Fighter.
Yeah,
The fighter.
yeah, Fighter. Yeah, he looks, he lost some weight for it, which is, typical Christian Bale stuff. But yeah, but it's really cool to see. I mean, we haven't really seen him take on a role like this ever, so it's exciting to see him do something like this, first of all, and do it in an MCU film. But aside from that, I thought the trailer was awesome. There was a lot of funny moments, some questionable CGI, and but it wouldn't be the MCU without it.
Yeah, She-Hulk.
Yeah, but I'm really excited for it. I think I'm just going to throw this out there because I think this is 100% Chris Hemsworth's Thor's last film with this. I think he's going to die.
You think so?
You think? Oh, dang!
Wow.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I think because they're going off the whole like he's searching for himself, his purpose. I can just see that plot line, especially with Jane coming in as a new Thor. I can see that plot line like coming full circle at the end with like him and Gorr battling each other and him being like, I know my purpose, like I have to protect my friends, something like that.
So there's
I hope not.
God, that'd be weird.
I mean, I hope not too. I love Chris Hemsworth, but it just seems like, it seems like they're kind of batting us up for that, at least to me. But they might not be.
My theory has been that Chris Hemsworth's career has not been going great, so that's why I thought he re-upped for the fourth film, and I think he signed on for more than that, but I'm not sure because he recontracted after Endgame, so I'm not sure. But Brandy, what do you think about the trailer and Christian?
I thought the trailer was cool. Thor Ragnarok's my favorite Marvel movie, and again, I haven't seen all of them, but I really like Taika and what he's doing. I thought Christian Bale looked incredible. Like, he actually terrified me. Like, that's a thing of nightmares right there. Again, not familiar with the books, but that's what kind of threw me off at the trailer. It got very silly at times, which I expect. But then they would cut to like Christian Bale. I'm like, oh God, okay. I dug it, man. Like, I'm really excited. I actually will see this one. I still haven't seen Doctor Strange 2. I'll see it eventually, I hope. I will. It's Sam Raimi. I definitely will see it. But this is one I will definitely rush out to the theaters to see just because of the talent involved. I thought the trailer was fine. It just really, like, I feel like Christian Bale just stole the trailer just like he stole his performances in The Fighter. Like,
right.
It's a Mark Wahlberg movie, but you really watch it for Christian Bale. And that's what I'm hoping it doesn't become. Like, because of Thor Ragnarok, Chris Hemsworth is my by far favorite character in the MCU right now. I just think he's so much fun, and the fun they had in that movie. But yeah, I'm excited. Like, I didn't really put together the weight loss, Jackson, but you're right. Yeah. He's channeling some machinist levels.
Yeah.
No wonder he's diabetic now. So I hope it's worth it.
I hope it is too. He was pretty thin in Ford v Ferrari too. He was pretty.
He was. Yeah.
So
you're right.
I was thinking what you were saying, Brandon, about I hope the tones can meld together, but I think he did a really good job in Ragnarok with blending these heavy moments where his father was passing away, Anthony Hopkins, with the levity of all the comedy and all the bits in it, and if we're talking about that, even the Hitler, what was the name of that movie? Jojo Rabbit, that movie, that has comedic moments as well as dramatic. I think he's really good at handling those things.
That's why I'm not knocking it too hard. The trailer vibe just was very weird to me. I think Taika is more than he's gonna knock this out of the park. Let's already call it. Like, this movie is not gonna be frowned upon and be able to juggle that humor with that seriousness. It just felt weird to me in the trailer. Personally, I was just like, okay, but that's a trailer. Like, it's got to get people in the movie, so in the seats or whatever. So I'm not knocking it too hard for that. I just felt like it was kind of all over the place, but I don't think the movie would be like that at all. I hope not.
It could just be a weird trailer edits and stuff. Just
Well,
yeah,
I
like you're saying. Yeah, I could see that being the case. For me, I thought it was. I guess one of you guys texted me that maybe it was Jackson that he was going to pop up in the trailer, and I was like,
Yeah, yeah.
I was preparing myself for it because I was super curious of what he looked like after all the buzz around like how creepy he looked, and then Taika's comments about how he's the best MCU villain that he's seen. So I was like super on the edge of my seat for it, and then it freaked me out. I think he looks terrifying, and it's not. I thought it was gonna be more prosthetic-y and stuff. I don't think there's a lot going on with it. Just looks like paint or something. Yeah, not much, which is cool. Because I don't know. Based on what I saw in the trailer, and then knowing how these movies go, I hope there's more to this guy than just a one-off film. And I hope he just doesn't die. And also, I wanted to talk about a little bit about what Jackson talked about Hemsworth leaving. I had some more thoughts about. I can see that happening, but I also could see him just flying off into the distance at the end of that film too. You know what I mean? And maybe that's the end of his story, is that he just leaves on a ship or something.
Well,
So
that's and I'm glad we got Zach here. Like, is this character? Is he? I don't know anything about the comics. I'm really hoping like you got Christian Bale, so I'm hoping it's not a one-off. Like, is this character like is he bigger than Thanos? Is he?
So Gorr the God Butcher, because I honestly I'm an MCU guy. When it comes to the comics, like I kind of I dabble in the comics here and there.
Okay,
But
my bad. I didn't
No,
mean to
you're
put
good.
you on the spot like
No,
that,
you're
man.
good,
I'm
you're
so
good.
sorry.
but from
He's
from
like,
what I
"You
can tell,
asshole."
and from the no, but from what I can tell, and from the videos that I've watched, it seems like he's a pretty big character when it comes to Thor. Because I mean, this guy, he like the reason he has God Butchers because he goes around and he literally takes out all the gods. And so I would be very interested to see if they could, bring him in, especially with Moon Knight just coming out, right? Because you have the Egyptian gods there, and so I was reading something on online about how the gods there, the reason why they were so busy and preoccupied, they didn't want to deal with what was going on with Moon Knight and Hera, that they were trying to deal with Gorr the God Butcher, and so that could be an interesting theory. And so if he's interconnected like that, he could be around for a long while.
That would be interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was to me like just talking about Ragnarok. How I said it's my favorite. Who was the villain of Ragnarok?
It's his sister.
I kind of forget
his sister.
about.
Yeah, it was,
that's right.
Hela.
That's what I'm just scared. I
Me
don't
too.
want like we've got Christian Bale. Let's use Christian Bale. Like I don't want him to be forgettable, and I don't think he will be. So I just felt like watching that trailer again. Someone who knows nothing about Marvel. I feel like this is going to be a character that's maybe around for a minute. So I'm kind of thinking what Jackson said. Like, well, maybe this is the guy that takes him out. Like, who knows? Like, I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
I just hope it's not going to be a one-off character.
Yeah. That's what because I was thinking of Ragnarok when I said I hope he's not a one-off, because his sister seemed to be all-powerful, right? She took out the hammer. She, did like send him off to, far away, like all these things. These, what did she rip out his eye too? Was that her? I can't even remember.
Yeah.
She did all
She
these
cut his eye.
things to our Thor, and I'm like, and then she just died I don't even remember how she died in that film, like to that big
She died by
Later, was it Kate Blanchett?
Kate Blanchett, which
Okay.
yeah.
So at the beginning of the movie, he's hanging upside down, and
Yeah,
he's that big fire dude. I
Mhm.
cannot remember his name to save my life.
Yeah.
But he's the one.
Yeah.
Sure.
I was reading something, and it's like there was like a cycle there, because he defeated that guy, but then that his sister defeated Thor, and then defeated him, and then that dude defeated her, and so there's like this interesting cycle.
Oh yeah.
And so because what happened is, I guess he was awakened, and he destroyed all of Asgard.
Oh yes, that's right.
Yeah.
He had to give up Asgard, but then he says at the end of the movie, Asgard is the people, not the place. So I was like,
yeah.
anyways, I just hope it doesn't.
Great
This
line,
is
great
such
line.
such a powerful character in his sister, and then she just dies. So I was like, I just hope it doesn't end like this for this, because he seems so cool, and it's Christian Bale, but Kate Blanchett. She's a very popular actress with a big career, just like Christian Bale.
Marvel has been, kind of getting these great actors and doing one-off. I know it's also Sony, but I kind of felt the way about Jake Gyllenhaal in
Oh yeah,
what am I thinking of? No Way Home?
Far From Home.
Far From
Far
Home.
From Home. Yeah, like he was my favorite part of that turn, because I kept thinking, I was like, when's he gonna turn evil? When's he gonna be bad? And you find out the whole time, dude, goosebumps. I was like, oh God, he's already, like, it was such a good turn. And now we don't have him anymore. And I'm like, which there is the multiverse. He could come back.
Yes, but so apparently there's a theory that he, like, even though like it shows him, like it says that he could, apparently he's still there. I am on that train. Yes, that he's not dead.
That'd be cool. I'd be waiting for Jake.
It's interesting because he lives in a split, in our universe. He lives in a split thing. He lives in technically, I would think Sony hired him, right? But it's mixed with the Disney. Like, I'm curious what his contract says. Is it at the top? Is like,
that's interesting.
Disney slash Sony. I'm curious. Like, who owns Mysterio? Is it Sony?
I think it's Sony.
I hope he's in Morbius too.
I just saw that. Oh my God.
Well, here's an off-topic question for you guys. What is your anticipation level for Kraven the Hunter starring Aaron Johnson? What do you guys think about that film? What's your anticipation based off Morbius's response, people's enjoyment of that film?
Man, okay, so I'm hoping for the best, but I'm expecting some disappointment, because I really like Aaron Taylor Johnson. I really like him, and I loved him as Quicksilver. I loved him as Quicksilver. I thought he was so good, and so I thought they were going to bring him back for that role eventually, especially in WandaVision. It would have been cool to see him. I mean, I like how they did it with I'm terrible with names.
What's his name? Yeah,
he
American Horror Story guy. What's his name?
Evan Peters.
Evan Peters. Yeah, exactly. Evan Peters. It's very clever that they did it that way, and it's kind of a nod. But I really liked him. So I'm, with the way that Morbius turned out, if they can get that story right and build up the way that they're planning on building up the Spider universe, it could be really cool. They have something in their hands. They could be really cool. But if it's anything like Morbius, you're killing me, Sony. You're killing me. That was absolutely terrible.
Do you think that Morbius's reception and box office is going to change whatever plans they were going down with this Morbius thing? Or did Spider-Man No Way Home change their direction already? That's why Morbius had reshoots and yada yada yada. What, like, is Kraven going to be like, oh, let's make this a standalone thing, let's not even connect it to anything? Or do you think they're still going to try to follow through on a plan? What do you think, Jackson?
I don't think Sony is going to stop trying to make a Sinister Six movie ever.
Till the day we die, we're going to keep rocking.
They will keep trying to make this film. If it kills them, they will burn the studio to the ground, making a Sinister Six. But I love Aaron Taylor Johnson. I think he's an amazing actor. I loved him in Nocturnal Animals. I thought he was fantastic.
Oh.
Kraven the Hunter is probably going to be a terrible film, and and I have no anticipation for it. That the Madam Web movie they said they're doing.
Yeah.
Okay. Whatever, Sony.
Sony's got like one good franchise.
Who's directing the Kraven movie?
I don't even know.
Anybody?
Probably.
I don't know if they
Well, I'll tell my Morbius story. I'm a person who does not like to be home unless it's nighttime, and I had nothing to do. So I was like, you know what? I'll go see Morbius because I need something to do. I watched the first 15 minutes, fell asleep, and woke up the last 30 minutes. What I saw, I was like, okay, this is a movie for sure. Um, I want, like, I don't know what Sony's gonna do now that, there's now renewed interest in Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield. I honestly would love an Amazing Spider-Man 3 and get a good one for once. Like,
Totally.
I like the first Amazing Spider-Man. I even think there are parts about Amazing Spider-Man 2 that are really good.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know what they're doing. Like, the Craven character, I remember him from the cartoons. He wasn't that interesting to me. I'm not the biggest Aaron Taylor, whatever his name is. Like, he's all right. Like, I thought Kick-Ass was good, and Nocturnal Animals. Whoa, maybe that's why I don't like him, is because of that movie. Because he is,
Yeah.
that is a hard movie to watch.
Did y'all love him in
but,
Godzilla
like, I just-
2017 or 2050, whatever? it
Oh,
is?
you mean Godzilla 20, whatever, which
Yeah.
one he was in, where it's like, where they tell him, hey, your wife and child might be dead. And his response is, okay. Like, and I don't know if that's a director fault or if that's like, he's just never wowed me in a movie other than Nocturnal Animals for the wrong reasons, but or maybe the right reasons for his character. But I don't know, man. Like, I wish they would quit and just refocus. Like, okay, what do we have here? What can we do? I would love to see I know the internet's talked about a Logan type version for Tobey Maguire, like an old Spider-Man. And I'm sorry, I'm still championing Amazing Spider-Man 3, and don't let the studio interfere with it. Just make the movie.
Yeah.
Totally, yeah. I agree.
But you see, if they can do all of that simultaneously, right, with Tom Holland Spider-Man, because apparently they want to focus on Tom Holland Spider-Man.
Yeah. They could.
And so it just you can do that, especially with the darker, because you can make Andrew Garfield the darker side of Spider-Man, right, and bring in that darker tone, as you were saying, like Logan, and then you can have that old man. Old man Peter with Miles Morales. That's how you bring in Miles Morales into the universe right there, and have Tobey Maguire be that. And then within the first movie, Tobey Maguire dies, saving Miles Morales.
They made it for sure that Venom and like the Craven and the Morbius, that is not in the Tom Holland Spider-Man universe, correct? Or am I wrong?
It seems like it's up in the air, honestly, based on Morbius.
Exactly.
Okay.
It seems like
they kind of said that it wasn't, and then they're kind of like they're not. I think they're purposefully not making it. Very apparent.
Well, from what I heard is that Andrew Garfield turned him down to be the Spider-Man for the Morbius universe, for the Venomverse.
Yeah,
and so because I think that's who they wanted to come back. So. He's like, nah, that's like, bring me a script that is good, and maybe we'll talk and bring back these guys.
The rumor was that he was on set of Morbius. There was apparently rumors of Andrew Garfield walking around there, so that's what made me think that's what pushed back Morbius, like a month or a month and a half or whatever, because of the reshoots of trying to fix some stuff. So I'm curious if that rumor is actually true about him saying no. They probably put all their chips on the table, like, Andrew, you want to be? And he's probably like, no, I don't want to do that. I'm good.
Hey, your first mistake was bringing him on set of Morbius.
Yeah, I know. They were like, hey, come on set, check out what Jared's doing.
Oh, man.
Just
by the way,
root for Jared Leto.
What'd you say?
I want to root for Jared Leto.
Yeah.
I really do, but at the same time, it's just he's making these movies. Like, I didn't even really like him as the Joker. I'm not gonna lie, right. I didn't really like him as the Joker.
The first time I saw
as
it.
You and everybody else. The problem with Jared Leto is he's a person that needs he just needs one good punch in the face. He needs just a punch in the face, and he would be good.
A swift kick.
That's my opinion. Like, he's just like Bono. He's in the same, how I put U2, Bono and U2. He just needs a punch in the face, like, and then bring him back to reality, and I think he'd be great.
Yeah, I don't think Craven's going to be connected. I honestly think they're probably looking at each other on set right now, like, what are we making this for? Because here's the thing that's interesting about these.
I need to correct myself real quick.
Okay.
They did announce a director for it. J.C. Chandor.
Yeah.
Is directing what?
The guy that did. Wait a minute, JC. What else did he did?
A Most Violent Year.
Oh my gosh!
Wow.
Really?
Really? That guy?
He also did that movie for he did a movie for Netflix that had a great cast.
Oh, Triple Frontier. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. I like that director.
What was the what other movie? Triple what? Triple
Frontier. It has.
It had Ben Affleck, Oscar Isaac.
Really?
Wow. Charlie Hunnam was in it.
So they're already shooting that movie right now. They're already shooting Craven. There's photos of Homeboy running around the streets with these fake feet on. So I don't know. I think
curious, and I don't want to throw Zach under the bus or anything, but you are the MCU guy, so that's why I'm asking you. Did you like the Venom movies?
So I enjoyed the first one just because of the banter. I like Tom Hardy. I think Tom Hardy is very, very. What's the word I'm looking for?
Good.
Charisma. Like, the guy has acting chops. Yeah.
Yes, that charisma. He has that charisma, and you're just like, I like to see this guy in movies. But then the second one, I was very unimpressed with, especially with. I
felt like the Venom movies. I felt like Tom Hardy didn't even want to be in it. Like, because I know of what a good actor he is. I just feel like, dude, do you even want to be here right now? And then they did a sequel, so I'm just very curious.
Yeah, what she was in the writer's room for. Tom Hardy was. Yep.
Whoa.
And it was
okay.
It was worse than the first one, in my opinion.
Yep.
Oof.
Yeah, I agree. Dude, you had such an amazing dude. Carnage. People were wanting Carnage so bad, and you like it. Just the way that it ended, and like it wasn't even that much. Like, I didn't ever feel like Carnage was that much of a threat.
My problem with all these movies that are the villains of Spider-Man is there's no Spider-Man. Spider-man's what makes these people interesting. Yeah. Spider-Man's relationship with Venom and Carnage and Craven, and I'm sure Morbius. I don't even know I didn't even know who that was. All these people, what makes them interesting is Spider-Man's role in all this. So him being removed is like, you removed the freaking best part. It's like, I don't know. I think
you said it, Adam. You said it. Like, lack of Spider-Man, these movies don't mean anything, and Sony has to know this. Like,
they're trying so hard.
They don't even know which Spider-Man's in which world. Like,
they're like, hey, come on, Andrew, come on. Please, be Morbius, please. It's just a post-credit scene. Just a post-credit.
I know we need to jump ship and probably talk about something else, but did anybody else? I still want to see Paul Giamatti as Rhino. I liked him in Amazing Spider-Man 2.
No.
With his terrible Russian accent and his terrible tattoos, I was like, all right, I want to see more of this guy.
All right, let's move on to the trailer for The Gray Man, starring Ryan Gosling and Chris Evans and I can't remember her name. She was the girl in Knives Out.
Anna Day.
Yes, her.
Arms.
Yeah.
Anna Day Arms.
So it's directed by the Russo brothers. Did they also write? Does anyone know if they wrote the script as well?
They did write. There is another writer as well.
So that trailer dropped today. It's a Netflix exclusive, but it is going to theaters, I think, like a couple days before it drops. But that trailer dropped today. It looked interesting and cool. What did you think? What did you think, Jackson, about the trailer?
I mean, honestly, I was not. This wasn't like a movie that I was anticipating or anything. I had heard that they were doing a spy film outside of the MCU, and that they had said something about it being like the Winter Soldier on steroids, but in the real world, and I was intrigued by that, but I forgot doing it. But whenever I saw the trailer, coming in and check this out, and honestly, it looks really good. I'm probably gonna watch it. I mean, if nothing else, just because the Russo brothers are really good at what they do. Chris Evans is kind of like sometimes I love him, sometimes I don't. So that's not really a big sell for me. But what's his face? Main guy.
Ryan Gosling.
Gosling, baby. Ryan Gosling.
Ryan Gosling. That I can get on board for some Ryan Gosling. So I'm like, all right, let's see what's going on with it. And I mean, the Winter Soldier was the movie that sold me on the MCU. Up until then, I wasn't really on board. Seeing that film is what made me go like, oh wow, okay, maybe I need to start paying attention to these movies because this was really good. So anything they do, I'm usually pretty stoked on. So I'm excited to see it. Honestly, I'm more excited than I was before.
Awesome, Brandon. What's your thoughts?
Man, this one was kind of on my radar because Gosling took a break for a little while. He had really done something. Ryan Gosling's probably my favorite actor working today. I thought it looked great, kind of echoing what Jackson said. I remember going to see The Winter Soldier and be like, dude, this was an amazing spy thriller, but it's a comic book movie. How cool. I think the Russos are very talented. I can't remember, what was the movie they did for Apple? Cherry?
Yeah.
Cherry. I was a little let down by that, but I still thought there were some very interesting things in there. But like, I am excited for this. I'm not the biggest fan of espionage or spy thrillers to begin with, but as y'all already heard, I got a man crush on my boy Ryan Gosling. Not only because he's good looking, I think he's an incredible actor, and when he really attaches himself to something. Even take what was that flop he had? Gangster Squad. That movie is all over the place, and it's not very well done. Speaking of Venom, same director.
Yeah.
But
The first one.
he was amazing in it. I was like, I want to watch this guy. Chris Evans, I'm kind of like, I do like Chris Evans, but he's never wowed me other than Captain America. I've even seen the movie that he directed, and it's not that good. I hate to say that, but no, man, like, I thought this had some really cool action moments in it. I feel like, again, like all trailers, because they got to sell you on it, it gave away too much. But I would I love that Netflix is releasing this in the theater, because I want to see this in the theater. I want my bucket of popcorn. I want my ice cold Diet Coke. I want my pickle. And I want to watch Ryan Gosling and Chris Evans go toe to toe, beating the crap out of each other. Just like that other Russos, the Russos produced it, the one with Chris Hemsworth for Netflix. Extraction. I liked that movie. I thought it was okay. I'm pretty sure I would have loved it on the big screen. So I'm really excited for Netflix taking this step and be like, no, we're going to release it in theaters as well. So that's why I'm excited. Let's see a Russo brothers on the big screen, action, epic. I'm really excited for this.
All right, Zach, what did you think about the trailer?
It's good. It's really good. I like both of those actors. I love Chris Evans, I mean, mainly because Captain America, of course. Yeah. But I've always been a big fan of Ryan Gosling. I've pretty much watched the majority of his movies. I don't know, but that mustache, that's what I'm there for. Is that Chris Evans mustache?
Good mustache. It's a really good
nice
mustache.
Call out in the trailer too.
And so
nice
I'm excited
stash.
to see it. I mean, whether it's in theaters or whether it's at home, I watch everything,
Nice.
So I'm super excited.
My thoughts on it were, I just like echoing these guys. I could not wait to see the trailer when I heard the trailer was dropping. And I think the poster dropped before the trailer, and I, got caught up with who was in the movie, like Ryan. And I love Chris Evans playing Captain America, like these guys were saying. And Ryan Gosling loved everything I've seen him in. So this intrigued me from the start. And the Russo brothers, not much of opinion other than I love that they are a part of Arrested Development's story. I love that they
and Community.
Sure. Arrested Development, but yeah, Arrested Development's like history of that show, and I love that. They have great commentary on that show too. Like if you listen to how their approach to designing the look of that show and how it was kind of inventive for that time period to do something like that it's just really cool to hear them talk. So I'm always rooting for them, even when they've put out bad films, like You, Me, and Dupree or whatever. I've always been rooting for these dudes. I think they're been talented.
They did direct You, Me, and Dupree, didn't they?
Yes, they did.
Wow.
That's interesting to think about. I didn't know that, and just think about like what they did for like Endgame or like Infinity War, Winter Soldier. You, Me, and Dupree.
Yeah, whenever 20.
You, Me, and Dupree. All right.
I remember in 2014, whenever they were attached to Winter Soldier, I was like, wait, what? The guys from Arrested and You, Me, Dupree are doing a action Marvel movie? I was just like, wow, like it blew my mind. And then
you watch one of the best episodes of Community, sir, you would see they know action.
They do. Absolutely do.
Okay, cool. But yeah, and then Civil War is one of my favorite MCU films, and my favorite being Endgame and Infinity War. Those two they're in my top 5 favorite Marvel films. So these dudes have directed my favorite Marvel films. So I'm excited to see their work, and I would love to catch it in a theater if it's playing anywhere near us. It would be awesome to check that out. Yeah. I love seeing her. The I can't remember her name. I loved her in
Anna de Armas.
Yes, I've seen a couple of her films that she's in. Like she was in 007 last year. Loved her in that. Yeah. She was like almost the best part of that whole movie.
Knives Out
was.
And Knives Out, she was incredible. She was really. I mean, she was very small in Blade Runner, but she's just cool. I mean, it seems like everyone's loving her in everything. So
it's since we talked about, we all kind of, I guess we mutually all do like Ryan Gosling. Not to get off subject, I'm just, you introduced me as the horror guy, but I'm just curious, what do y'all think about Place Beyond the Pines director and Ryan Gosling tackling the Wolfman?
I didn't know they were doing that.
No, that's news to me.
Sorry. Yeah, I think it's the same universe that The Invisible Man takes place. Blumhouse is trying to do that Universal Monsters that they tried with Tom Cruise. But they've got guy that directed. What else did he direct? Oh, Blue Valentine, A Place Beyond the Pines. Yeah. So he's already worked with Ryan Gosling. They've attached them to do the new Wolfman movie, and I was kind of upset last week. We talked about what we were looking forward to. I don't think they have a release date for this yet, but this would be like number one for me because it takes one of my favorite movies, The Wolfman, one of my favorite working directors, and one of my favorite actors. So I was just curious, like, do y'all think? I think that's a win-win for Blumhouse right now.
Totally. Yeah. I mean, I loved Place Beyond the Pines. And I was just talking to my wife earlier today, actually, about The Invisible Man. I thought that was an awesome movie.
The one from like 2020, like the beginning of the year in 2020. Is that the one?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
the last movie I saw before COVID hit. That's how much it means to me. It was the last time I was in the theater for like a year.
What does that mean? What does that mean, though, in the same universe? Meaning that they're going to cross over?
That hasn't been confirmed. That hasn't been confirmed that it is, but everyone is speculating that it all is going to take place in the same universe. So I don't know. And Jason Blum has not denied it, so I don't know. But they are. I think they've already got a Frankenstein movie. I think dude who did Invisible Man, he's doing the Frankenstein movie.
Oh, interesting.
So they were trying to do the classic. And if you even remember the old movies, they even like the old Frankenstein Wolfman. There's crossovers in those movies where Dracula shows up in one, where Wolfman shows up in a Frankenstein movie. Like, so there's hint that they're gonna try to bring it all together.
I think I just thought of the best crossover movie of all time. It's you take all Blumhouse's work and you cross them over. You got Glass mixed in there with old. You got
Halloween.
You got Halloween. Michael Myers mixed in there with Get Out characters. You just mix them. Wait, did he do Get Out? I don't even know.
Yeah, no, Blumhouse did Get Out.
Oh,
yeah.
nice. Did he do Us as well? Has he been doing?
Yeah.
Okay, so you mix them all. That's the
I
biggest
think they're
crossover
doing
of all
Nope
time.
as well.
Oh, are they? I wouldn't be surprised. He's
They
attached
call it a
himself to
night in the
everything.
Blumhouse.
And Night in the Blumhouse.
Night in the Blumhouse.
Night in
Dude,
the
call him
Blumhouse.
up. Call him
The
up.
Blumhouse Massacre.
Yeah, you do it kind of like Cabin in the Woods, like where it's like, oh man, it's thundering here. Anyways, he's
Dude,
kind of.
you've already sold a ticket right here, dude. I would watch that in a heartbeat.
Anyways, I was
Sorry,
gonna,
didn't mean to get us off
I had
topic.
one
Sorry.
more comment about the Gray Man. And I want to see what you guys think about it. They're releasing it in theaters for like a second, and then it's going to Netflix. Why didn't the Russos take this project to like a Paramount or like a another studio to get it financed? Why did you think they went through Netflix if this movie was like this amazing? Other than I just read today that Netflix put up the most money they ever have for this movie. Maybe that's the reason.
Yeah.
Maybe the budget was too high, but whenever I see a movie that's going directly to Netflix, I usually think, oh, this is gonna be shit. So what do you guys think? Why do you think did it not go to a classic studio and be released in cinema and then go to streaming? What do you guys think about
I think
that?
you answered your question in your own way. Like, they put up the most money. They finally have something good. I really think this is going to be a good movie. I really think, and releasing it in theaters, yeah, everyone's saying streaming's the future, but releasing something in theater, it still feels more like a movie to me. Like, I know you can stream all these movies and stuff, but when I paid for that ticket, give it to the usher, got my popcorn, whatever, and go see a movie, I think Netflix is taking what happened recently with Discovery buying Warner Brothers. I feel like Netflix, I hope there's been a change where they're like, guys, let's make some good stuff. And even if it's good, we can release it both theaters and stream it. I think Knives Out 2 has already been guaranteed a theatrical release.
45 days.
So I really think they're taking a note to up their game, because now they're upping their prices and they're upping password sharing. So
But
they
why not
need good content.
Why not do a 45-day window instead of 3 days before it hits Netflix? Why not do maybe
I
it's,
don't get that.
Yeah, like maybe it's a contract thing. Like these guys are contracted for a streaming deal. Like it's possible. Like the writers and the Russos and the actors are only contracted for a streaming deal. That's the same thing that Scarlett sued for in 2020 for Black Widow, is because she was signed into a contract that was a film deal, and then suddenly they dropped it onto Disney Plus. So maybe something like that, where they can't do more than 3 days, or something with the contracts is messing up this. But I don't understand why Netflix wouldn't do a 45-day. This is where you can watch our movie, and after the 45-day window, hop onto our streaming service, rewatch it, or watch it for the first time.
I mean,
it'd be best.
I
all.
mean, I saw that Netflix has had some like record low numbers.
Really?
As far as streaming goes, the longer they have that movie in theaters, the more it's going to affect their streaming numbers, and they might be relying on this film particularly because it's the Russo brothers to bring in some big numbers.
True.
They lost over 200,000 subscribers in the first quarter. 200,000.
And that moves us into our fourth topic, everybody. We're talking about Netflix. Is it going to die? So let's keep talking about it. Nice segue, guys.
I got ahead of ourselves there, didn't we?
It's good. I'm happy about it.
So I think that, if they continue on the path that they're going, as far as like the content that they're releasing, right, and I can see it going down, right. But I think with the Gray Man, and if that movie's a hit, I think that they could, write it out. There might be a low point, but it just depends on the content that they're creating. I mean,
so
at the end of the day,
my big question for you guys is, what do you think is Netflix's, why are they losing subscribers right now? The 200,000 drop was massive, and they predicting that it's going to be 2 million lost subscribers by the end of the year. What do you think is contributing to this huge loss, Brandon?
I can tell you why, because they took me out of a management position at Hollywood Video, and this is my revenge to get back at
This
them.
was your plot
No.
for the whole time.
Yeah,
This is
dude,
the
I've been
plot.
playing this like Doctor Evil style. Man, I don't know, like, and I don't want to hate on Netflix at all, because if you're watching, I will gladly direct a movie for you.
Oh, they'll pay
But
for it
like,
now.
but
Really?
like, it's just sad, man. Like, the content's not good. Anything I'm excited for, and I say not good, like, for everything I like, there's probably about 10 things I don't like. I really liked, again, scary movie guy here. They did a Fear Street trilogy. Fear
Yeah.
Street, yeah, it was incredible. It
That was
was
good.
so good, and it was really well received. I even liked that Adam Sandler Halloween movie they put out, Hoobie Halloween. Like, there's certain things that they do, and I'm like, all right. And then I really got involved with this show called Away with Hilary Swank, and it was really good. They canceled it after, I think, after the weekend
Yeah.
was over. It's like
Yeah.
they never give anything a chance to breathe. It's like the second someone's not watching, they cancel, and I don't understand that motive. Like, it's like, oh, nobody's watching. Like, dude, things take time. Like, look at how many movies are a hit because of word of mouth.
Yeah, they
Because
don't.
are people like, oh, hey, I watched this, and then they just cancel it before people even get a chance to have an opinion about it.
They don't let the audiences find the stuff. Like back in the day, you would have something like Arrested Development, which never found its audience till DVD. But like shows like that, like yeah, they don't let things. And here's a huge problem I think with them is they're dropping their content all on the same day. And
The
of course,
entirety.
the entirety of the show, and so it's not letting it organically build an audience through social media. They've completely just drop it. People talk about it for 2 days, and then it's out of the zeitgeist. It's completely gone. If they would do something that's how like WandaVision took off. Apparently, was because of its week to week. It grew and grew and grew and grew over time, and I think that's where
Well,
Netflix missed its
I was
shot.
a big fan of that. What was that big revival? Oh, Twin Peaks. They had a big revival on Showtime, and this is one thing, because I used to love that Netflix spoiled us, where they would give us everything at once. Watching Twin Peaks and it was on Showtime, you had to wait a week. And that show was so big and so weird and different that I loved that I had a week to think about it until the next episode. I think they really need to learn. I would rather them do a week to week. Like, everyone's excited about Stranger Things season 4, which is cool, but you'll get it all at once. Everybody will watch it all at once, and then you'll discuss the whole thing. What really taught me with watching Twin Peaks, with the other people that I was watching Twin Peaks with, we discussed every episode, and there were 18 episodes. So for 18 weeks, I was watching this show and the conversation was still going. And not only that, I convinced more people to watch it as it went along, and it grew. And even Showtime said they had bigger numbers by the end of Twin Peaks run. I
Yeah.
think there's something to waiting, not having it all at once.
Think about if Squid Game they did a week to week drop. Think how massive that show was for Netflix, and think if they did a
I
week to
agree.
week move,
Yep.
it would have grown. It was huge. It was the biggest show of like last year. But just think how big it would be if it was just like everyone had to wait for the next episode. My goodness, that would have been crazy.
Yeah.
I think instead of introducing ads to Netflix, don't make it all at once.
Well,
People
dude,
will wait.
Let us a perfect example. The last thing I binged on Netflix was that Archive 81, which already got canceled. But had that been a week to week, that show would be huge right now.
what do you guys
I got
think?
burnt out.
What do you guys think about the Netflix doing a ad tier to their platform? What do you guys think about how it's going to change the landscape of Netflix? What do you think, Jackson?
I mean, I'm not an ad guy. I pay YouTube Red so that I don't have to look at ads. I will pay extra. I don't care how much it costs.
I don't want to see a dang commercial.
But I know that it's going to make, especially with the rising prices, it's going to make, because I'm assuming that it's going to be a more affordable tier than
Let's
their
hope.
current.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would assume if
Let's
it's
not
the
hope
same
they just
price.
shift everything up. Like let's just shift everything up.
But I don't think they need it. They've always been. That's been like a thing since they started, was that they didn't have ads, and people have loved that about Netflix. I don't see this going well for them. At least I see this forcing more people off than inviting more people. I don't think a lot of people are going to be like, "Oh, I'm excited to pay less for ads."
But
The most brilliant thing Netflix ever did was you don't think you paid for Netflix for the longest time. It's like, oh, it's on Netflix, I get that for free. You don't think the monthly subscription, you're like, oh, I've got all this content for free. Like, you don't think about, oh, you're paying for everything. I think once you introduce ads, that's gonna change. Like, that's really gonna change the mindset of people, where it's like, oh, we used to get this ad free, now I've got commercials. I don't think it's a good move.
But with them giving, it's not like everyone's going to get ads now. It's going to be a tiered thing. So if it's $6.99 for ads, people like me, because they're taking away password sharing, right? I'm going to have to go for the $6.99 if I want Netflix. So I'm going to have to be the
cheap. So
I'm going to be
watch
the ad guy.
ads.
I'm not going to pay for. I've already. That's why we bailed on Netflix, is because of the 14 or whatever it is now. It's like. So I'm gonna be the $6.99 guy. So, am I going to be happy about? You know what? Personally, my personal opinion is I'm excited about it because Netflix is gonna finally have to release numbers, because these advertisers are going to. I'm a number guy. I like knowing box office. I like know how many people are watching things. So I'm a analyst guy. I want to see how much Stranger Things is actually being watched. That's what I'm curious about. Is it as big of a show as they always led on it to be, or is it just false pumping because maybe Netflix guys like the show? I don't know. Like, I'm sure people like that show.
I didn't know they were going to have to release numbers.
Well,
I've actually had some friends that have worked on. I've actually friends and some podcasts that I've heard with directors that have made movies for Netflix, and they don't even know how good their movie did, if it was a hit or not, because they will not release numbers to them. Yeah. So I'm actually kind of happy that they have to release numbers now.
They'll have to. And in these things that you were complaining about, like, what did you say, Away was the name of that show? Maybe a show like that could live longer because they're like, well, this show, we can finance it more because of the ads. We can let it go for another season 2 or season 3 and whatnot like that. So there is hope for shows. Netflix used to be the place you went to whenever your show was getting canceled off network. Now it's like they just cancel things willy-nilly. So it is interesting, the landscape. Sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead, Jackson.
No, it really does. It feels like Netflix used to be the hub of just like where anytime you turned it on, there was something new that intrigued you and you were like, whoa, what is this? I'm going to watch that. And lately it's just, you turn it on and there's a bunch of dead air. There's just nothing.
nothing. Mindless surfing. Just like.
Yep.
Yeah.
I sit there for like
and there's so much content. There's so much content that it's like finding a diamond in the rough whenever you actually find something that you're willing to watch that's good. Mm-hmm. And I think they, and it's I mean, Squid Game was a hit for them for sure, but it is few and far between when they're getting these big platform shows for them.
I think we could name them like that. The chess show was a hit for them. Squid Game, Tiger King. Like, these ones are these mountains of like, wow, look at what they did. But then what else? Like, think about how much they're spending. What else are they putting out? You know what I mean? Like, because it's just so much. Like,
a bunch of shows that fall on deaf ears that no one even takes a chance on watching, and it just falls into the rest of the muck that's there.
My favorite thing to do on Netflix is add stuff to my watch list that I never watch.
Never
I'll check that. It's my
The
favorite thing to do.
I'm so happy someone else plays that game as well. Like,
Oh, it's a
that's
fun
all I
one.
do with Netflix. Like, I might watch that one day.
And I add
You
movies
never
I've
do.
already seen, like Nightcrawler's on there, and like Hell or
right.
High
Yeah,
Water's
me
on
too.
there.
It's on mine too.
I'm just adding stuff to
I
it that
don't
I've
know.
never watched.
Watch
So,
Nightcrawler again.
what do you think,
I
Zach?
just I think that I'm not a big ad guy, but I'm gonna go where the content is, right? Wherever I find interesting content, that's where I'm gonna be, right? No matter what streaming service it is. That's why I got Disney Plus, is because the content
Yeah.
on there and what they're planning to release, it intrigues me. And so whether you have ads or not, you have something I like to watch, I'm gonna be there.
It's true.
And if it's cheaper, hey, I'm all for that.
Kid on the way.
But I mean, but I do think that as we were talking earlier, that they do need to release week to week, like this whole, because at first, like Brandon was saying, you were really like, it's like, sweet, we're getting everything at once.
Well, yeah, it was
But
new.
then now it's like, after you finish it in like 2 days, you're like, okay, what do I like? Sometimes, like if it's a show I really like, I'll be like, okay, we're gonna watch this episode today. We're gonna wait a few days and we'll watch the next episode. And I'll kind of time it out just to be able to have it a little bit longer. And so I think that if they can with or without the ads, they have the content, right? If they can have the content and then they space it out a little bit better, I think that they'll be fine.
Yeah, I agree.
I hope so.
Me too.
I mean, in a world where Disney owns a streaming service, I think that competition is going to be inherently steeper.
Yeah, for sure.
I think so too, and like everything that's kind of come out with again, to bring up the Discovery and Warner Brother merger, like if you've read anything into it, they're taking this serious. They're like, do we make movies in theaters, or are we making movies to release in theaters same day? Like,
Yep.
I think people are underestimating the value of the theater, for one, and like, how many times I used to call Netflix, it was called the 15-minute game. It was like, okay, I'll watch something for 15 minutes and be like, oh, I bet there's something else on here that I'd rather watch. I'm tired of playing that game.
I do that all the time.
Wait,
Dude,
Brandon.
we all are.
Brandon, what did you say about
agree.
Warner Brothers? What did you say? Can you say that again? You said that.
With Discovery taking over, which we've already talked about, Adam.
Yeah.
Discovery taking over Warner Brothers, how the new guys come in and said they had their slate for what they were going to release same day in theater, like the Batwoman.
Batgirl.
Batgirl, sorry.
Batwoman.
Sorry. But Batgirl, they were going to release same day in theater, and the new guy came in and said, no, it's a superhero movie. We're going to release that in theater.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like if they can find a ground, I think Netflix releasing in theaters would be way better for them, because the people that are dying to see their movie will go see that movie. That shows numbers right there. And then the people that aren't, that will wait, there it is streaming.
Exactly.
So I'm just kind of hoping they can find a middle ground where they can give us good content, because that's what they need to do. Just do good content. But also, Zach, like you said, man, you get burnt out watching something. Imagine if Breaking Bad, each season was released all at once.
Yeah.
I don't think I would have watched it. It would have been too much.
Yeah.
But taking that week by week, watching it, I was like, oh, I grew with that show. There's a lost art to that.
Yeah,
there's a lost art to waiting.
There's writers used to have to write their shows in those like act structures, like in between commercial breaks. That's gone. That art form's gone. You just just upload like, hour-long movies, 45-minute long movies now, short films or whatever you want to call it for your TV show. So I'm curious how that will affect Netflix too, like dropping the ads in. Like, will it interrupt? I'm guessing it won't be. I've heard a lot of people talk about it won't be mid-sentence. Like a character like saying something, then boom, 16 ads about to play right in front of you. Like, oh my, 16 ads. But
Well,
personally,
I just signed up for Paramount Plus. I'm a big Star Trek fan, and all the Star Trek shows are on there. And I pay for ads. And this new one, Star Trek Strange New World, I love that there's ad breaks because it feels back to me like old Star Trek when
Yeah.
I'd watch it as a kid. Be like, okay, I'm eating dinner. Star Trek's on. Oh, here's a commercial. So I don't think ads are going to really hurt Netflix.
yeah,
I think it's all up to what Netflix brings to the table.
I think
It's all about quality.
yeah, I think I'm an ad guy
100%.
too. I watch a lot of TV with commercials still. Like I watch the Roku channel. It's free. You guys subscribe to the Roku channel. But it's got ads in there, and I enjoy
Sponsored
just
by Roku.
I enjoy just noise. I don't know, maybe it's my ADHD. Something's wrong with me. I just need noise constantly. So I enjoy ads. It's something nostalgic about an ad playing. You can get up and grab a refill or whatever. I don't know. I like it. It does get annoying on YouTube though. That's been my sad. Like I canceled my YouTube Premium a couple of years ago, and it's been so difficult to get around the the whole ads popping up in between stuff. I'm like freaking out. Like, are you kidding me? Like in the middle of a brisket
Well,
making
you know,
video.
you
I'm like,
never
are you
want
serious?
ads in like a 5-minute video that you're watching. You're like,
Oh, it's
really
the
3
worst.
ads during this? Come on.
I know it's the
I will
worst.
say,
Right?
I
know.
will say that I have found some pretty good bands on YouTube ads. I'm just saying.
I saw a
The
lot
music
today.
video will play.
I saw a lot today, and I was like, "That's pretty good." They paid for this ad that's playing before this other song that's about to play.
The whole
Now,
music
now
video will
that, now that
play.
said, if anyone wants to throw an ad in our show here,
So,
I was about to
uh,
stop
uh,
and say,
so
I
if
was
you
about to
guys
stop
want-
him, Jackson, and be like, oh, if you want a really good band, check out Low Lives.
yeah, I thought that you were going that route too. But yeah, if you like what you see here, you like what we're doing, you want to drop an ad, everyone pause like an ad's about to play.
I hate marketing.
Hey,
Marketing sucks. Anyways, I think that wraps up our discussions for tonight about Thor: Love and Thunder, the Gray Man trailer, Mission Impossible, and Netflix. If you guys have any more things you want to talk about Netflix, do you guys have any more? Do you think that's a good wrap up? I think it is. We're about an hour and 11 minutes
It's
over.
great, man. I think we did really good this one.
I think so. I think we changed the world on this one.
We did. We definitely did.
I want
We
to
always
take
do.
I want to take a quick
Yeah.
moment I don't mean to bring the mood down, but I do just need to take a quick moment to talk about something sad that happened today in the world of schools. Give a lot of thought to tonight before you go to bed about these children and teachers. I have a kid, and it was really sad to hear. I think the world needs to change, and yeah, it's real messed up. So anyways, let's give a little shout out to everybody. Thanks for being on, Brandon, Jackson, and Zach. If you want to give a little shout outs to your Instagram or whatever, we'll start with you, Brandon.
Oh, I'm Brandon Aaron Bonnet on most social media, and just kind of echoing what Adam said. I have a 9-year-old in my life, and just thoughts and everything going on in the world. I know we had fun and talked about movies, but it's kind of sad that things like this happen. Let's try to bring more positivity into this world.
Truth. Jackson?
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram at Jackson's Evil Twin. I'm in a band called Low Lives, right there.
Yeah,
How you spell
I want that record.
Zach?
it? But yeah,
sorry.
no, totally. I mean, let's bring some positivity into this world. Kids have enough to deal with on a day-to-day basis without having to be afraid for their lives. So
Truth. Zach?
You can find me at Zach Avenue or at Zach AVE on. No, it's Zach Avenue. I don't even know. Zach Avenue on Instagram.
It's below you. You're good.
It's you can have it
Yeah,
right there. You know, and to go off what they're saying, yeah. You know, I got a kid on the way, and it's it'd be nice to not have to worry about our kids going to school, and so.
Yeah, it's a topic that had to come up today at dinner with me and my wife, and it sucks. So yeah, let's figure this shiz out, everybody. Anyways, thanks you guys so much for watching this week. This is Adam Talks Too Much, and we'll be back hopefully next week with some more cool and fun topics for you guys to hear us discuss. So until then, Peace, love, and take care of each other.
Bye. Live long and